welcome to Build and Chat, the only show where me, Tom Blythe, builds and chats. I'm going to build some Lego and spin some yarns. It's what we're doing, apparently. Today we are going to be building Lego Star Wars set 75243 Slave 1 20th Anniversary Edition, because it's a good set and one of the few I have up here in Belfast. Slap down the booklet. So let's build a vet. Angry clone. Oh, no. See, I don't usually chat when building, so this is going to be an interesting experience for me, and this probably won't ever make it to anything. You may be asking, you won't be asking, but you may be asking, Tom, what have you been up to recently? And to that, I will say, fuck all! I have been watching a lot of content, and by content, I probably mean Star Wars. I've watched a lot of Star Wars recently. I watched all of the Clone Wars in about 4 days, which I don't know if I'd recommend. I'd recommend the Clone Wars, it's a good show, but 3 days, like 4 days, whatever the fuck I said, no, don't do it. It's too much. And then I immediately watched Rebels, which is also good. Also, like, takes a little bit to get going. Same with Clone Wars. They're both a bit shit at the start, but they get going, and they find their footing as soon as they do Force stuff. And I've just started watching Resistance, which is pretty fun. It's a pretty fun time. I like Niku. He is a fun little guy, and I want him to be my friend. So as that says, all Star Wars is good Star Wars, because all Star Wars is good Star Wars. Even the worsts of the Star Wars have fun stuff in there, and some of the best Star Wars in the worst Star Wars. Like Babu Frick, he's my little guy. I love Babu. I want him to be my friend. Disney era Star Wars, they are killing it with their cute guys. We got Porgs, we got Baby Yoda, we got Babu Frick. Stop it! You're hurting me. You want me to buy all of the merch, and I can't do that because I'm a broke uni student who spends too much on Lego, as is. What else have I been watching? That's a good question. Most recently, I've been also making my way through She-Ra, Princesses of Power, and that's a good time. I watched the first 2 episodes when they first came out, and didn't really get into it, but I've restarted it, and it's good. It's really good. I really like all of the characters. They're all just really fun and engaging, and yeah, I just want them to all be my friends. Even the bad guys, like, they're just good. It's a good show. It's a good show. I've put that wrong. Okay, let's correct that. Bop. I've done that on that one as well? No, I have not. Good boy. There we are. You know, it's weird being alone for quite so long. I don't think I've had a proper conversation in a good while, like a good just extended, I am talking to someone for more than 30 seconds at a shop type thing in a good couple of months, and that is weird. Like, I didn't really consider myself that kind of social and outgoing before this, but now I'm like, oh, I just want someone to talk to me in real life. I just need that quality time, and I can't have that at the minute because Corona has fucked it all, hasn't it? When I was in year 5, roughly year 5-6, let's just say year 5-6, we had a PSHE lesson, which, might I add, the worst of all the subjects is PSHE, especially in primary school. It just doesn't teach you anything. I think primary school in general is 6 years of misinformation, and then you get to high school and you get a bit less of that. But PSHE is probably the most misinformation-y one of them all. So we had this PSHE lesson on happiness. Again, bad subject. So we had this on happiness and kind of what it means to be happy. So we were given this little document, this little form to form. It was a questionnaire to fill out. So I did the rest of the form. Everything is fine. I come to the very last question, and it either says, "What is your happiest memory?" or "What has been the happiest day of your life?" And I can't answer that at that age, apparently, because I start crying. It gets to the point where I am crying so much that I have to go to the toilet, which is a little ways away from the classroom. Like, I had to walk down a corridor and a bit to get to this toilet, to cry my eyes out. And I'm not really a crier. Like, certainly not now I'm not, which is a shame. I want to be more of a crier, but I'm really not. So here we are crying in the toilet. A TA comes to get me out of the toilet and has a little bit of a chat with me, as they do, because that's kind of their job. So they're like, "Oh, Tom, why can't you just do this task? It's literally, you're a child. This is the easiest your life will ever be. Just answer the question on what the happiest day of your life has been." And I'm like, I can't do that. "Why not, Tom?" "Well, because I don't really have any happy days." I am like 10 at this point. "Oh, okay, sure. Why don't you have any happy days?" "Well, because whenever I do have a happy day, I just ruin it and make it a sad memory." Again, I am like 10, and that is fucking depressing. Like, the fact that at that age, I was like, oh yeah, I just ruin everything that I'm a part of. I do think that primary school was roughly the worst period of my life. Like, I was just angry and just real sad. I was a real sad kid. I didn't really have any friends, especially not in really a school setting. Very happy now that since going to high school and uni that I do have friends, and that's good. I'm very happy to have them. And I wish there was a punchline to that PSHE story, but there really isn't. The punchline to that, I guess, is me 6 years later being a bit suicidal. Luckily I'm not now, but fuck me, I was a depressed little kid. I did just say that I didn't really have any friends in primary school, and that is kind of true. I had kind of external friends. They don't count. We're just going off like my school experience right now. So I didn't really have any proper friends until about year 5, when my teacher had craftily noticed that I was a fucking loner. So he devised a plan. He saw Rupert across the room and thought, he's another loner. So told Rupert, "Hey, you should be friends with Tom because he has no friends and it would be a nice thing for you to do." And he told me, "Hey, you should be friends with Rupert because he has no friends and it'd be a nice thing to do." So we began to hang out, as mandated by our teacher, which is a weird way to start a friendship, I'll be honest. We start playing games on the playground, and by playing games I mean either making up my own Doctor Who episodes, or just fucking about on the playground as kids do. So we're doing all that, and then Rupert asks me, "Hey," because that's, you know, how people sound at that age. "Hey, would you like me to whittle you a wand, like a Harry Potter type wand?" And I'm like, "Fuck yeah, boy, let's do it. Whittle me that wand, that'd be super cool." So he does. And then he decides, hey, I'm gonna show these off in show and tell because I worked hard on these. Fair enough, that's cool, you did that. And then, the little prick, I still hold this against you, Rupert, he decides, fuck it, let's give Tom his wand up in front of the class. So he calls me up and gives me the fucking wand. And I'm a socially awkward little 10-year-old. I don't know what to say. I think I'd kind of say, thank you. But like, what else are you meant to do? Except kind of just stand there and awkwardly hold this whittled wand that your friend is giving you. Your teacher-mandated friend is giving you. So that was great. And not at all awkward for me. And not at all something that is apparently stuck in my brain hard enough for it to just hurt every time. And then we go home that day. And what do? We decide, hey, let's make a Harry Potter. We don't have a script, we don't even have any idea. We just have two people fighting with wands. I'm going to put in a couple of clips here because I think it's funny, but most of it isn't very good. I say it isn't very good, it's utter shit, because it was made by two 10-year-olds with a mini DV camera. I'm going to walk you through some of it right now. So up on the screen now should be the opening shot. Now you might be thinking, Tom, did you just point the camera out of your window? What does this have to do with anything? And to that I say, exactly. I said to Rupert, hey, we should do a cool kind of arty shot just out the window to start it. Rupert said, why? And that's the question I ask now, because it's an establishing shot of nothing really, just my back garden. It's not even an arty shot, Tom. What are you thinking? It's just a shot out your parents' window. Here I am, flicking the lights on and off again to create a cool lightning effect. I might also, if I feel reckless, put in some of my sound effects, which are truly glorious, and that is how I used to conduct myself on the playground. It is no wonder I had no friends. And then we get to some of my favourite stuff of the entire video. So here we have Rupert falling down the stairs. I say falling, it's a controlled slide. Good job, Rupert. You can't even fall down some stairs properly. Commit, I thought you wanted to be an actor. And then, here we have my finest role, as I deliver just an iconic line that I hope I get to use one day in an actual piece of work, because hot damn is it solid gold. I'm just going to let this moment play out.
You think you are a match for me? Well, think again. I think I'm a match for you because I know I'm a match for you.
It is spicy content. It is spicy. We pain that I feel right now. But that's not it for that sequence, because then I decide to get real up close to the camera and say this.
Trust me when I say this. Run.
I was real cool as a kid. And yes, it's not entirely clear what... I say it's not entirely clear, it's not clear at all what any of the motivations of the characters are, who they are, what side they're on, or any of that. I assume that I'm the bad guy because my apparition effect, the stock dissolve effect on the camera, is black and Rupert's is white, but who's to say? So we're doing that. And then of course it comes to the end of the day, we need to go have dinner, or Rupert needs to go, or whatever. So we decide, hey, big finale, big finale. We gotta end this with a bang. So Rupert just kind of, I think, maybe dies, and then the door to my parents' room closes, and that is the end of the duel. It is a beautiful piece of work, just stunning. And please, at movie studios, please hire me, because I would be a good director. I would bring that caliber of skill, professionalism, storytelling to your team, and just because I clearly know what this series needs. It needs 2 10-year-olds making mouth sounds and spinning. You know, before all this, I was actually quite excited for things. But everything's just kind of been postponed now, and that sucks. Like, I was planning to get to 200 films by the end of the year, having seen 200 films in the cinema. But that obviously can't happen now. And I was doing alright, I think. I I had something like 30 odd films from the beginning of the year to kind of early March. So I'm just watching as much as I can on streaming, because I don't really have anything else to be doing with my life. Now I've finished uni, and now, I say finished the first year of uni, and now I'm just stuck indoors all day doing whatever. So recently I decided to do what I described as my sexy day, or the day of pain, where I watched 5 films with the central theme that was almost entirely about sex, or just sexuality in general. So I watched the 50 Shades trilogy, Showgirls, and Portrait of a Lady on Fire. I can recommend one of those. Obviously, it's Portrait of a Lady on Fire, which is excellent, and I luckily managed to catch in the cinema, and it's just a fantastic piece of work, and you should watch it. Please watch it. It's so good. It deserves all of the attention. Just 50 Shades is just an exercise in pain, especially as they go on, because the first one has at least a little bit of kind of artistic vision and kind of commentary on the books, etc. But the others, because E.L. James took over production, they're just not good. Showgirls, directed by the man who made RoboCop, it's just not very good. The sex scenes are hilarious because they're just so that, which to my knowledge isn't how anyone really has sex. But it's a pretty funny, pretty good time, but it's not especially great. It's certainly not Portrait of a Lady on Fire. Got some punch, bazaar, Yahoo, and how all you gotta do is rub that lamp, and I say, Mr. Aladdin, sir, what will your pleasure be? Let me get your order jotted down. You had never had a friend like me. What? How is your lockdown going? Probably shit, because, you know, that's just how it be now. We've just kind of all settled into this status quo of just being really tired and kind of miserable and just not great overall. And that's just not fun. It's not a fun time. And just the final little bit that takes no time to construct all. It is just bam, bam, bum, layer on there, and bum, those in there. And that's a building, chat. That's a slave one that I have just built and chatted with, and that's that. I don't know how I'm going to end this. Apparently like this. Thank you for what? I don't know. Sitting, existing, surviving, watching.